topic, kitchen gardening, and there are so many viewpoints on it, but most of it is positive, and it's a nice thing because it is becoming kind of an alternative mechanism for all the physical and the material challenges that this competitive world is facing across. On that score, how good the kitchen gardening concept is in India, and whether if we rank our country India, and what can be the rank in the entire world, and how effective kitchen gardening it is. Uh, if you can illustrate on that, it will be welcome.
Good evening, everybody. Um, the first question is the ranking for India in kitchen gardening. So I would say during this pandemic, lots of people have started doing gardening. Previously, when people used to talk to me, they used to ask me, we don't even have time to work in the garden because we have to rush to the office and coming back is late, so we cannot spend time for gardening. Since now people are in lockdown, I see most of the people visiting nurseries to buy their soil, the pot mixture, pot plants, and if people those who doesn't even know to plant or those who have not even done a single plantation during entire lifetime have started doing it. So this is the scenario right now. So I think in India, probably 75% of people would have started gardening, and the successful rate will be only when people put their full heart into it and start working on it. Kitchen garden is nothing like, I always would like to say that one of my veterinarians, when I started growing a dog, when I met him, he told me, see, this is not a doll which you're buying and keeping it in your showcase. Anything happens to the dog, you have to immediately attend to him. Even if you have fever, you can visit the doctor after 2 days, but not for the dog. So the same way, whoever wants to grow plants, when they take an advice from me, I tell them, uh, you know, if you cannot take care of the plant, please don't plant it. uh, for lazy people also I have plants. For
Mhm.
lazy people or people those who don't have time, only twice a week they can spend some time with the plant. For them also I can suggest the plants. So people should have real interest in growing the plant. They will have the interest only when they get some yield from the plant. um, this is about the kitchen gardening, and kitchen gardening will take up. It has got a bright future, and the cardboard industry. I had a meeting in cardboard industry also. Uh, they are saying that the industry will grow 5,000 times in the future.
I see. Mhm.
So the export of one coir business, which mainly people are using it for as a growing medium right now. So lots of people, when I speak to them, they have an interest, but they do not know how to grow and how to take care of the plants. So probably these kind of meetings will help them, and they can actually grow.
I see. We can just enlarge the viewpoint that what you have narrated as an opener. Uh, right from the space constraint onwards, especially in the city areas. So, from the space, you can just enlarge that how exactly this kitchen garden is going to penetrate the households across our country.
Uh, See, when there is a will, there will be a way. So people, if they want to do some little bit of kitchen gardening, some people may not have place. They may have place in the balcony area. The balcony area can be utilized for growing their greens, balcony has a sunlight. The sunlight is most needed thing in gardening. So plants like greens, mint, like vallarai, uh, kottavalli. All this doesn't require more sunlight, but they do require sunlight. So if they have partial sunlight, like multivitamin kirei, which is called madura kirei or tavasi murungai, this all can be grown in the balcony area. People would say, I don't even have balcony area. I had inquiry that way. They don't even have a balcony area, but I need to do. So they can do microgreens at home. So that's what I say. If there is a will, there will be a will.
Okay, well, from the space constraints till how much penetration the kitchen gardening is going to be in the households of our country.
And with the window lighting system, if they have a will, they can have a rack over the window, or now you have hanging parts which can be hang the window railings, and you can grow plants. And the balcony also, as I said, balcony also you can do. Any other queries with the participants also? I'm ready to, they may have some other thing. For example, I would say like I have a 2 feet area in my house where it is between my house and the compound wall. Only one people can walk in that area. The area which my engineer wanted to, make it as a platform. I told him not to do that, and he said, "Now no plants will grow there, madam." I said, "That's okay. You just leave it. I will try something, and I will grow some plants." So that is the reason. That was the reason I was called by Bangalore people, Bangalore Agricultural University, to address an international conference. So the technique which I used was I used to grow the plants till 7 to 8 feet on my terrace, and then bring them down and place it in that 2 feet area. So the plant starts getting sunlight above 8 feet. Then I take it to the terrace, and then I started growing them. So that's what I say, when there is a will, there's a way.
Fine, ma'am, it throws up another question. Since the plants are growing,
Yeah.
does the nutritional value of the plants grown in the household and the nutritional value of the plants which are grown in the regular gardens or say fields do differ, or is it one and the same?
Absolutely, they will differ because when you buy something from the shop, it comes from the farm to the dealer, from the dealer when it is collected in local place, and then it goes to the wholesaler. From there, it is being transported to Coimbatore, from Coimbatore to our location area, and then from there, lots of residents go pick up the vegetable. By the time it reaches us, 20, 30 people would have touched the vegetable which we are buying for our house. The heat radiated from each and every person, vegetable loses its freshness. Whatever you cut from your terrace and bring it down, and you cut your vegetable and see, you can see the water coming out of the vegetable in case of guards. You can just see them, and the freshness, the smell, everything will be different.
Oh, but the nutritional value do differ because of this constant changing of hands.
Yes, exactly. And we are going to be with organic cultivation. Whereas we do not know what vegetables we are getting, whether it is organically cultivated or it is grown with chemical fertilizers. So this is our main reason for doing this is we will be saving lots of things while doing it on your terrace. uh, your terrace will have a green cap, as Mr. Nirmal sir says. It will be very cool, your house will be very cool, and you get very good oxygen, no noise pollution, no, I mean, air pollution is controlled, and the chillness, you need not use an AC, and you need not use a vehicle for more trips to buy your vegetables to the market. So you can just run up and get your vegetables to your terrace, from
Yeah,
the terrace to your kitchen.
if we have another dimension to this input,
Yeah,
say for example, the nutritional value of the end product, that is either a vegetable or a fruit,
yeah,
also depends upon the quality of the soil that what we use
yes.
or the way we utilize the soil. So is there any difference on that aspect with regard to the nutritional value of the end product?
See, soil is a medium to grow the plants, but you can see a banyan tree or any other trees which grows on the buildings.
Mhm.
It doesn't have any soil. It on a concrete platform it starts growing. So it needs moisture and microorganisms. The plants need these two things to grow.
Mhm.
So we are giving soil as a medium, but each and every soil has different value. So to say like the tapioca. Tapioca you can see in red color and black color. So the tapioca which is grown in a black color soil is black in color and red color soil is in red. You can see on the outer coat will be red in color, but the inner will be white. As the negroes are black and the whites are white and we are wheatish. So it depends on the climate and conditions.
Oh, I see. Now, since you are strongly advocating the concept of the kitchen gardening in the domestic households, now it's going to be part of the family, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, when the family wants to go for a vacation or a long tour, then what will happen?
See, I'm a very lazy person. Rather than that, I won't have time sometimes even to look into my plants. So probably I train up my plants for pouring water for once in 3 days or 4 days. When I go out of station, I probably train up my maid or somebody to take care. Nowadays, we have this drip irrigation system with a timer, which can be set, to water your plants.
Mhm.
But every day when you are there in city, please do not use it because only you have to every day while watering the plant you will be seeing what is the growth and any pest control when very pest attack is there in the plant. So I would advise this can be used during your if you are not there. For that, it is not necessary you should use a drip. If you're going for a long trip like 10 days, 15 days, you can use a drip system.
Mhm.
Otherwise, 3 to 4 days, you can fill up a water bottle or covers with water and just poke it with your safety pin and keep it in the pot, whichever pot you want to, to be watered, and you can leave. The water drops and it will survive for 4 to 5 days. The plants can survive for 4 to 5 days.
All right, ma'am. This covers the entire first pointer called own kitchen garden.
Yeah.
We move on to the second pointer here. What are the things that we can grow in a domestic household?
See, anything and everything is possible. I have even grown grapes in Chennai. That is the reason I was my article was published in Hindu all over India. So when I was buying a grape plant and coming to my house, the church father near my house was asking me all the time, you go plant, what plant is this? I said it's a grape. Then yeah, so are you mad? Why do you carry so many plants and then you're carrying the grapes? Can you grow grapes in Chennai? Hot city weather can you grow? Then I took up the challenge and I started growing grapes. So anything and everything is possible in the kitchen.
Oh, that's
In
a
the
very
garden, in
good,
the terrace.
that's a very big news because so far the impression was only vegetables can be grown, but you mean to say even the fruits can be grown, right?
Yes, even fruit bearing trees can be grown on terrace.
Oh, that's very nice. That's a very nice concept. How about some cereals, pulses like that?
Everything is possible. See, in this pandemic, I was suggesting people quality, was suggesting them whatever is there in your kitchen, the pulses like, rajma, or, mochai, kattapayal. whatever is there in the house, you can start growing in them. And they started growing it and they started even taking video.
Oh, that's nice. So what can be the maintenance aspect?
Requires maintenance. I won't say that you just plant it and leave it like that. Every day, like watering is one thing.
Okay.
And then, like while watering, the soil may spill down from your pot. That has to be cleaned. The dropping leaves have to be cleaned. And they have to be stored in another pot. It will be a very good exercise. It's like yoga. You will be really concentrating on your plants. You just when you get near your plant, you forget everything, and like you will be fully concentrating on your plant, whether it has got a problem with the insects or why it is flowers or no, why flowers are falling down, why no which is coming on the flower. So all these things when you monitor, like it's like you're doing meditation. And definitely a kitchen garden will require work. For people who want to do kitchen gardening, but they don't have time, once in 4 days they want to spend time with the kitchen garden. Yeah, I would suggest them to go into tuber plants like turmeric, yam, சேனை சேப்பங்கிழங்கு and கருணைக்கிழங்கு சிறுகிழங்கு சக்கரவள்ளிக்கிழங்கு tapioca all these root tuberous varieties can be grown with very minimal maintenance.
Mhm. How much time generally it requires on an average?
See, minimum for people like me, I will spend at least minimum of 2 hours with the plant.
2 hours, okay. But daily basis?
Yeah, of course, daily, but yesterday I have not seen it when till now even I have not seen it when today I have been posting here. So now I go in the night with the gas leak and see the plants and come back.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah,
So on an average, 2 hours we have to take, right?
sure, sure. Because
Fine.
like if I don't see it today, if some insect yesterday I have not seen. Today also if I don't see insects are there, then tomorrow I'll be ready with my pest repellent.
Mhm.
Otherwise, the plants if they get attacked because we are organically controlling the pest. So before the pest, அதாவது நோய் வருமன் தடுக்கணும்னு சொல்ற மாதிரி பூச்சி வரதுக்கு முன்னாடி பார்க்கணும். Because October, November months where lots of you can expect lots of visitors, insect visitors for your garden.
What are the basic tools required for kitchen gardening actually?
Basic tools like you need you will get a kit. Generally, you will get a kit in the shop where you can handle the soil because if it is going to be a terrace garden, for taking the soil, you have a scoop like thing and whatever sharp materials you have, I will be using it. Like even I use my spatula in the kitchen, my in the kitchen garden,
Mhm.
and then it's sharp tools like screwdriver also I may use for on the top of the pot when your soil is too hard and it needs air penetration and soil penetration. Once in a week we need to dig the soil and free the soil like plowing the soil. We need to do this without disturbing the roots of the plant. So minimal of two, three, four equipments is more than enough.
All right.
Yeah,
Is the toolkit easily available in the market with
yeah,
an
yeah. It is
affordable
easy.
price?
It is easily available in the market. Whatever is there, I told from the kitchen. I take some items and do my gardening.
Mhm. So, is it to be potted or some kind of a ground soil has to be laid out, or what is the technique that we need to utilize?
See, potted soil mixture you get readily in the shops, in the
Mhm.
nurseries you will get. That you can use it or you can prepare your own soil mixture, which I have done it in a YouTube, which is called Agriaka Malati. I have done many methods of preparing soil. using quiet pit you can do it, using the sawdust you can prepare your soil, or the leaf falls on the streets can be made into soil mixture. So there are lots of methods where you can do it.
So
Okay.
how, if that is the case, that how as a common person understand what can be the texture of the soil? Where is the guide for that or something like that?
See, texture of the soil is will be very soft when microbes are there in the soil. So
Mhm.
our duty is to grow microbes in the soil. So we are giving the microbes need some feed, which we are giving it through the cow dung manure, or the groundnut cake fermented groundnut cake liquid, or the Panchagavya, Jeevamridam, all these stuff, the liquid organic fertilizers, which can be given to the soil. The soil texture becomes very soft, which means microbes are there. Very easily you can find out by just taking out some soil from the pot. You can feel that whether it is a microbe content soil or not.
Now, how as a common person we can learn these things?
That's what you see. If a pot is very hard, you cannot take a handful of sand from your pot. Then microbes are not there.
Mhm.
When microbes are there, the soil will be soft. You can just take out one handful of soil from your pot.
Mhm. Does
Uh,
the
yeah,
yes.
I would like to say that sugarcane, which is grown by Pulingudi Andoni Swami, who is near Kuchalam. Usually, sugarcane farmers in 2 3 years they would fully destroy the sugarcane base and cultivate the new ones. But Mr. Anthony Sami sir is cultivating it for years together. See, now
Mhm.
it is the 30th year without putting the new sugarcane. He is growing it continuously. He is growing it. What he does is whatever the leaves which he is cutting from the sugarcane plants, he just give it to the same area, same place. So which the microbes eat and the plants are very good. Even in that place, hilly area, if you dig the soil, your hand just like that goes inside.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. When it comes to urban cities, when it is a potted thing, is the pot necessarily have to be made of clay or concrete or plastic? Which
I
materials?
wouldn't suggest concrete, because concrete it absorbs lots of heat and the plant doesn't grow properly.
Mhm.
Potted the clay pot, which has got we all know that clay pots have numerous small holes which you cannot see in your open eye, which gives the aeration for the plants on
Mhm.
the soil. So you can prefer a mud pot, or the fire pit itself. You have a pots that you can prefer, or now you have got airports. Recently we are getting airports in India. This has been tried out in abroad for the past 20 years, and now it has come to India also. These airports will have small holes, um, which makes the plant grow very well, because the roots get enough of air, which enables the plants to grow and give veggies.
Oh, I see. Continuing with this maintenance, what is the concept of water management for everything?
See, water management is like you have to pour water regularly.
Mhm.
I have tuned up my soil in such a way that it has got enormous biomass in it, so it doesn't dry in a day or two.
Mhm.
So I pour water once in 3 days. It is all your experience, how you have to pour your water for your plant, how you are preparing your soil mixture is more important. So
Mhm.
it all depends on your soil preparation and the microbes which are grown in your soil. and the top layer of the soil should not be exposed to sunlight. You need to have mulching like dry leaves on top of the pots. So, which will enable the microbes to come to the upper layer, and if sunlight is there, the microbes refuse to come up. So, if the dry leaves are there on the top, the microbes will come up and they will start giving their excreta, which is the nutrition for plant. So, the excreta of the microorganisms makes your plant grow healthy.
Okay. Uh-huh. So we switch on to the another area here. When we are
Okay.
doing maintenance and in case if we physically come into contact with the plants or the soil or related activities, is there any injuries which can happen to us, which includes the fungal infections?
As with organic farming, you will not have any kind of problem
Mhm.
because I touch it with my bare hands. I do not use gloves or any other material to handle soil, and even to give the organic biofertilizers and pest repellents, I use it in my bare hands, dilute it and use them. So far, I have not got any thing. If somebody is allergic to some kind of insect or some people even may be allergic to soil because they wouldn't even touch the soil for a very long time or something like that. So they have to check with that and do it. And some plants, brinjal, lady's finger, and your ashgard, they all will be cut early in the morning, not in the hot sun.
Okay.
Even sundaka, all this, they don't touch in the hot sun because they've got small thorn-like things. I do not know how what you call it in English. So the small thorns, which is on the top of the leaf, which will itch your hands. Sometimes it may even go into your eyes while you are plucking the vegetables. Sometimes even it may go to your throat and it may irritate your throat. So once I had a problem with the lady's finger because the quarter acre I had grown lady's finger, and there was no worker to cut the thing in the early morning. When I went in the afternoon, I had to cut it off because lady's finger has to be harvested every other day. Otherwise, the lady's finger will not be used because it becomes very mature and you cannot use it. So when I did that in the hot sun, I realized what people used to say: don't do it in the hot sun. You do it early morning. So your hands will become, very rough, and if that particle enters your eyes gets irritated, your throat gets irritated. So that was the experience I had, and so I tell people why you should not handle plants in the mid afternoon.
Is there any some specific guides or some guidance to the household gardening with regard to this?
One or two plants of brinjal they'll have, that's no issue, so they can do that. They need not fear. After all, they are plants. From them we take our food. They do not harm them. Probably the caterpillars, which you see it in drumstick plants, when you touch them, when they touch your skin, the hairy part which touches your skin, it may you'll have itching, swelling, all that will happen. Those things you have to take care. You have to see the plant, and you have to monitor your plant for caterpillar eggs, and you have to take it off. Otherwise, if you see some leaves being suddenly, all of a sudden, you will see in the morning the leaves are all eaten up, then the caterpillar is there in the plant. So you have to identify the caterpillar, and you have to actually take off that caterpillar away from there. So actually, we have the predators. The predators are birds. You have garden lizard. All these, and you have the doves which comes to your terrace, or any other bird. Bird visitors will eat these plants, eat these caterpillars and worms. If you don't have the birds, then you may have to take it off.
Oh, so there's another interesting part of it that we have to take care of the other living beings also surrounding these things.
The ecosystem has to be maintained. So even snakes will come to your garden. The garden lizard will be eaten up by the snake. The garden lizard will eat a caterpillar, but the garden lizard also will do some other work like eating up the veggies like the snake guard, lich guard. When they are when the veggies come out of your flower, they are very young ones. The second, third day, they like the sweetness of that veggie and they will eat up the veggie. So it is a trouble for you. We are growing the plant for vegetables, but if they the garden lizards are more in number, then you will have another visitor like owl or snakes which will come and take them. So the ecosystem has to be maintained.
Yeah, this will be with regard to the some ground cultivation, but with regard to
No, terrace also. I have the picture of the snake
you
eating.
have a snake in the terrace also.
Yeah, it comes.
Oh my God. Okay. That is very scary then.
No. They don't do anything. Like they come and I will show you the picture. I have a picture of snake eating the garden lizard.
Oh my God. That really sounds interesting, but as well as a little scarier also. Uh, all right. Anyway, what is the way out? We can't help it, right? Without these things.
Yeah, you are. So the ecosystem is not maintained, then you cannot do organically.
Hmm. Okay. Fine. So that was so nice to hear you. Overall cost factors, then will it be economical or in the long run it will be economical, something like that?
Uh, See, some people they would like the garden to be very beautiful, very perfect. So they buy literally, they spend money on it and ultimately spend 2 to 3 lakhs to have their kitchen garden. Some people they collect the soil while sweeping the house or sweeping the road. They collect the soil and they make their pot with soil. So it all depends on the nature of the person who wants to have a kitchen garden. If they want to have a very nice kitchen garden, good looking kitchen garden, then they spend money. If you don't want to spend money, you can go with your paint box, paint the buckets, the broken tubs at home, and you can start your kitchen garden with that. So this is my farm where I cultivate 29 varieties of greens produce which is ready for the market. This is another farm where I grow fruits and I have all vegetable our organic farmer Mr. Masana Fukugo of Japan. I follow his theories which is related to India. I don't follow the ditto of what he says, but whatever is to our plants and our variety of plants and our climatic conditions, I choose plants. I don't grow one single plant. You can see one of the coconut tree along with my plantings, and the other side is lemon we have, the center one. People generally don't grow this nearer, but like I find some friendly plants. So this is a perendai, which is we take it in our regular life from by our forefathers, which are not doing it now, but after yam, turmeric, I'm growing 3 varieties of turmeric like kasturi turmeric, yellow turmeric, and green turmeric, and then arrowroot. Uh, these are all shown here now. So I use the kitchen wastewater for the plants, which is very nutritious and uh, this open Bargola pyramid, which is just behind me. Previously, we were having all these plants. Now it is being turned into my dining hall. This is the Zania plant, which I grow inside the house, which is a very, very, very requires very less maintenance. Even if you don't pour water for 1 month, it will survive. 1 or 2 months also it will survive. Even a year it will take over the plant. Entrance where we keep the paddy for the bird fence to our house. I do grow birds on my open terrace, and the coconuts which I bring from the take it out from the coconut, I use it for my kitchen garden. And I also grow some hens so that I get eggs in the terrace, and they do a double work of cleaning the terrace, like by cleaning of all the worms from the plants. So this is one variety of greens. It's a red bug which is in the garden. I told you October and November or pest season, you will find lots of pest visitors to your garden. The pest visitors attract birds. Birds, this is the time they give birth to young ones, so they do nesting in the garden, and they feed their chicks with the caterpillars. So I have the bird visitors and garden lizard. I told you we have snakes also in the garden. So one of the snake which is eating the garden lizard. We grow the plantain in the terrace and my terrace. This is the bean. This is another variety of bean. This is a snake guard which I took out 450 snake guards in one week. There was one season. Which I was feeding with my bird excreta, which is a very nutritional feed for the plants. The honeybees in my garden, which are my pollinators. So we get good honey as well as the plants are being pollinated, and we also get lots of honey. Well, not lots of honey. In a season, I get about 4.5 to 5 liters of honey from one honeybee hive, which I store it for my personal use for the house. This is one of the honey. When we are extracting honey, we are taking this picture. Another variety of honeybee, we call it Kosukeni. There is mosquito honeybee, the giving like mosquitoes, small mosquitoes. So this honey is kg is 2,500, but you will get only 150 ml of honey in a year, so which is very good medicine, which is used by Siddha doctors. The terrace will be looking like this. There's a passion flower in front of the garden. Bitter gourds, rich gourds, betel nut, ash gourd. This is bitter gourd plant. This is Vallari, mint leaves, greens. This is the panda leaf, which is one panda leaf is $3 in Malaysia.
Oh.
Used in your vegetable rice, pulaus, all that. Which has got a very good fragrance, and you should note one point, and this is not attacked by any pest. Very simple to grow, easy to grow. Only the beginning you will find it very difficult to grow. Then it starts growing, it's very easy, and you can use it daily in your food. Greens and the brinjal harvested, the brinjal in the plant. So whatever is harvested, this is called Savat spinach, the variety of spinach. Eggs from my terrace garden, flowers, brinjal again another variety. This is tur dal. From this one plant, I had taken 20 kgs of raw tur dal. After processing, I got about 7 kgs of tur dal. One bunch you have so much of tur dal. We have beans and the harvested koto, rich gourd, tomatoes, drumstick on the terrace, rose plants, tomato plants. This is the vetiver which we had grown terrace.
you, Harish. Thank you, Malati madam. I am happy
Now
that I
that
introduced you.
like mustard oil we can take from home and grow like that. Are there any other seeds to grow from home?
I started growing spinach,
Very good.
but when I sowed the seeds,
Yeah.
they started growing a little bit, but after that they started falling down on the soil.
We are overwatering the plant.
Ma'am, I just grew corianders, ma'am, but it's not coming.
When did you sow the plant, ma?
Ma'am, near some plants, ma'am.
No, you when you sowed the seeds, after how many days you found that it is not growing?
Ma'am, after 7 days, ma'am.
The coriander takes 9 to 10 days to
So,
grow.
ma'am, we have a science project. We have to grow three dicot plants and three monocot plants, ma'am.
Okay.
What are three examples of monocots, ma'am?
The mango seed.
Actually, we do have a small garden, ma'am.
Okay.
In that, ants are too much, so some plants are spoiled due to ants.
Due to and some
Ants which are black in color.
Okay. Bigger ones, smaller ones.
Bigger one, ma'am.
Bigger ones. Then you have to actually there is the ant lives inside that part. So
If
you
a
have-
plant become bigger and the pot becomes small, how to move to the bigger pot, sir?
Are worms good for plants?
some may not be good for the plants.
Sir, we have a grapevine in our house. It has been growing for 5 years. After painting our house, it is not reviving. Do you have any tips so that it may revive, ma'am?
Sir,
After
is spinach is good to grow in the rainy season? We are growing some ladies' fingers, ma'am. Its color is white color. When we buy in shops, it is in green color,
I
ma'am.
have planted some plants in coco pit. Is it advisable to plant them?
Ma'am, I actually started planting ladies' fingers recently, but there are white bugs coming to them, ma'am. I tried spraying it with soap water, but nothing seems to work. So, what should I do to reduce
this,
this?
Actually, how can you grow a cutting stem from a plant?
which